My girlfriend texts, "I'm using our vacation to bail my ex out of jail." Asterisk, I stare at the message as if my mind has frozen. It's not a question. It's not a request. It's an order. Our vacation fund my money. Our money is about to disappear in some disaster she can't let go of. I'm Mark, 33, a data analyst. My life revolves around predictability, spreadsheets, timelines, and carefully calculated risks. Jenna, 30, is the opposite. She loves chaos. She loves drama. She loves the thrill of impulsive decisions. I used to think her wildness balanced my peaceful life. But this is beyond anything I expected. We've been together for 4 years, living in my apartment downtown. I've owned it for 3 years. During that time, we had a joint savings account for trips we dreamed of, our vacation fund. I automatically deposited $500 every month, Jenna added, when she could. After 2 years, the account had $14,000. My contribution, $10,000. Hers, $4,000. Numbers never lie. But clearly, they didn't matter to her. And then there was Aaron, her ex. The man who never left. Always in trouble, always needing to be rescued. He's like family, she said. I can't leave him. I hated him. Hated the way she put me second every time he called for help. I told her how it made me feel. She accused me of being controlling. I often flinched step because, well, I love her and I'm not the type to pick a fight. But this is the point. Tuesday morning, my phone rang as I was struggling with a complicated client request. Her name, Jenna, flashed like a neon alarm. Asterisk, Mark, it's urgent. Aaron's under arrest. Bail has been set. I'm using our vacation funds to cover it. Do you understand? Asterisk, I read it 3 times. Still no questions. No arguments. Just a statement. A statement. She was taking my money. I had carefully saved half of my effort for 2 years. The cold, quiet click in my head was like the flick of a switch. All the times I had compromised, all the warning signs I had ignored, suddenly lined up in a perfect, undeniable line. I typed back 2 words. Asterisk, family first. Her response came immediately. Mark, thank you. You're amazing. He's like a brother to me. You saved the day. I owe you. Asterisk, I didn't reply. Instead, I closed my work, opened my bank website, and transferred $10,000, my contribution, back to my personal account. Her $4,000 was kept. Then I booked a one-way flight to Tokyo. I'd always wanted to visit Japan, and now I had an excuse. Jenna thought Japan was too far and exotic, but I didn't care. I had 4 weeks of vacation saved up. I sent a quick text to my boss. Asterisk, hi Mark. A family emergency has forced me to work remotely in a different time zone for the next 5 weeks. Projects should be delivered by Thursday. Sorry for the short notice. Asterisk, a few minutes later, I got the approval. The calm that followed wasn't relief. It wasn't victory. It was the quiet certainty of a decision made. I went back to my spreadsheet. Everything was in order and, like my life with Jenna, at 4 p.m. My phone buzzed with a voicemail. Her voice was frantic, almost unrecognizable. Asterisk, Mark. I'm at the bail. They said the bail was $10,000, but there's only $4,000 in the account. Aaron's mom is crying. What did you do? You said family first. Asterisk, I heard it once, twice, then silence. I am my own family now. By 5 p.m., my phone was buzzing. I ignored it. Calls, texts, notifications, a constant flood of panic from Jenna. I let them pile up while I packed the few things I needed for my trip to Japan. The voicemails kept playing in my head. Asterisk, Mark. Only $4,000 left in the account. I can't pay Aaron's bail. Fuck, he's crying. What's wrong with you? You said, family comes first. Asterisk, I sat back in my chair, not feeling guilty or angry, just clear-headed. I'd made my choice. She'd made hers years before. And this was the turning point. By 6 p.m., Jenna was at my apartment. I'd called a locksmith, changed the locks. I didn't want to cause a scene in my own home. She was banging on the door, knocking, screaming, "Mark, open the door. Thief, coward." I didn't answer. I sat silently, gathering the rest of my clothes. The knocking continued, gradually turning into a shrill scream. But eventually, she left, muttering threats. The police showed up shortly after, responding to her calls about theft and disturbing public order. 2 police officers stood at my door. I calmly explained, "This is my apartment. She's a guest. She doesn't own the place. She has no claim to my money. I transferred the contribution to my personal account. This is a civil matter, not a criminal matter." They nodded, checked the papers I handed them, joint savings account statements, monthly contributions, screenshots of messages where she claimed to be using the money. Everything was in order. Her case. Reality completely denied it. Jenna stormed out, grabbing a few things, muttering about a stolen painting and mental anguish. I reminded her the painting was a personal gift from my grandmother for my 30th birthday. Fact I had proven with photos and the original card. She had no claim to it. With the police gone, the apartment finally quiet, I took a deep breath. My flight was leaving in 3 days. I wouldn't look back. I wouldn't doubt myself. For the first time in years, I felt free. Free from the constant chaos. Free from other people's emergencies masquerading as love. The last 48 hours, before leaving, were hectic but purposeful. I kept the mail, prepaid the condo fees, and asked a friend to watch the place. Every detail was in order, every potential stress eliminated. I got one last text from my sister Jenna, a screenshot of a small damages claim. They were suing me for $7,200, the painting, and moral damages. I simply replied, "See you in court." Then I stopped them. Ticket in hand, passport ready, I finally allowed myself a small smile. I was on my way to Japan, alone, unburdened, and for the first time in years, completely in control of my life. The feeling of taking off was strange. As the city lights below faded, the weight of all the compromises, disappointments, and betrayals faded. For the first time, I put my sanity, my boundaries, first. I didn't feel happy or relieved. When I arrived in Tokyo, the chaos of American life seemed miles away. I wandered the streets, ate the best ramen of my life, and for the first time in years, found the quiet joy of being alone. It was enlightening. It was liberating. Even the legal threats that followed Jenna's frantic attempts to get money, to get a fight, to get damages, felt distant. When I returned 3 months later, small claims court confirmed what I already knew. My actions were legal. My contribution was mine, and her accusations were baseless. Walking out of court, watching Jenna, her mother, and her sister futilely seat, I felt a strange sense of closure. Not anger, not happiness. Just freedom. And the realization that sometimes putting yourself first isn't selfish, it's survival. When the summons arrived, I almost laughed. Small claims court. Jenna, her mother Karen, and her sister Tally all listed as plaintiffs. They were claiming $10,200, $7,200 for stolen vacation money, $2,000 for the painting, and $1,000 for emotional distress. I showed up on the first day in my usual work suit, binder in hand, prepared.com. They arrived together, flanking Jenna like disgruntled bodyguards. The tension in the room was almost tangible. The judge, an older woman with a nonsense gaze, called the case Quasi 304 bytes. Jenna Lasney versus Mark Lasney. Please state your claim. Jenna stood, papers trembling. Your Honor, my ex-boyfriend. He maliciously stole $7,200 from our joint account, took a priceless family painting, and abandoned me, leaving me unable to cover urgent expenses. This caused me severe emotional distress. I listened quietly, then stood. Your Honor, first, we were never engaged. The condo is solely mine, purchased before our relationship. Second, the $7,200 is my contribution to the joint account. I transferred my funds back into my personal account because I never authorized her to spend them. Third, the painting is a personal gift from my grandmother for my 30th birthday. I have photos and the original card to prove this. Finally, the bail she claimed to need the money for. Public records show Erin, her ex, pled guilty to check fraud last month, and the emergency was exaggerated. The courtroom went quiet. The judge's eyes narrowed at Jenna. "Let me get this straight," she said slowly, voice measured. "You tried to take your boyfriend's savings to bail out another man who was facing prison for fraud. When he took his own money, you sued him, and the painting you claimed as yours was given to him as a personal gift." Jenna stuttered. He manipulated me." The judge shook her head. "Mr. Last Name said family first. It seems Mr. Aaron is the family you chose." She looked at her paperwork, then back at Jenna. "This is, frankly, one of the most frivolous cases I've seen this month. Case dismissed with prejudice. Ma'am, you might want to reconsider your life choices." I closed my binder, feeling a mix of relief and vindication. Jenna, Karen, and Talia were stunned, mouths open, hands shaking. The silence was almost delicious. As I walked out, Talia cornered me in the hallway. "You think your spreadsheets and folders make you smart. You ruined her life." I adjusted my tie, calmly. I didn't ruin her life. She had 3 years to act responsibly. She chose to gamble mine, and she lost. Returning home after court, the apartment felt peaceful. My spreadsheets were clean. Accounts were intact. The painting hung where it belonged. I started planning a solo trip to Southeast Asia for the next spring, this time with a proper round-trip ticket. Life had shifted. No more panic calls, no more frantic texts, no more crises created by someone else's poor decisions. I realized that putting yourself first isn't selfish, it's necessary. For the first time in years, I felt free. And as for Jenna, she lost her job, the chaos following her month-long meltdown, and the apartment she thought she could claim. Her ex's mother had to scramble for Erin's bail, leaving her completely responsible. Meanwhile, I could finally enjoy the quiet life I had built my own money. My own space, my own choices. Walking into my condo one morning, looking at the painting gifted by my grandmother, I smiled. No drama, no chaos. Just clarity, freedom, and the satisfaction of finally taking control of my life.